Well, hello, Stacey Murphy here with a video on gardening and how to garden no matter what is happening with our bodies. And what do I mean by that? Well, for me right now, I have a knee issue and I don't want to externally rotate it too much, so I'm being careful in the garden. For some people, it's a back issue and they don't want to bend over any longer. They can't. For other people, it can be as extreme as maybe being bedridden and not being able to be in the garden, and it's frustrating. So this video is about overcoming that obstacle and really gardening no matter what. Because here's the deal, gardening is a lifestyle, and there are benefits that go beyond the fresh, delicious food, that go beyond the nutrients, the fresh nutrients, that go beyond the freshness of bringing it straight from your yard onto your table. The other benefits are being around plants that are growing and living and breathing. And so that is a part of our lifestyle that makes us happy to be around for a lot of gardeners. And so to cut that off, if your body isn't feeling well and then you cut off this part of your lifestyle, your body is going to feel even worse. So I don't want that to be you. I would prefer if you could find a way to fit gardening into whatever challenge is happening with your body. And I don't know how else to say that, any challenges that are going on in your body. So here's a couple of suggestions, and there are dozens more, and I'm hoping that in the comments below that people will post what kind of challenges they're having and some solutions. So I recently was very inspired, I have to share this first, really inspired by a video I saw, and it was of a young teenage pole vaulter who had won tons of medals, tons of competitions, tons of challenges, medals all over her wall. And guess what? She was blind. So she's pole vaulting blind. How the heck you do that, I don't even know. And she came up with a lot of ideas to make it happen and overcome not being able to see. She's literally jumping up into the air, completely blind, falling out of the sky onto a mat, totally blind, not knowing if she's going to land on the mat or not. And she's not only doing it, but she's winning awards and she's winning medals. She's just knocking it out of the park, all right? So that's what I want for you in your garden. No matter what's going on in your body, I want you to feel like you have your garden under control. So here are just a few ideas. Just a few is all I have time for in this short video. And then in the comments below, please share any kind of things that are going on in your body so other people can share suggestions. So one super simple one that everybody probably has seen a lot of, which is if anything is going on in your body and you can no longer bend over very easily for whatever reason, go vertical. So basically have a table that's up higher and you're planting on a table. You won't be growing in soil, you'll be growing in some sort of potting mix probably. It doesn't matter. Just bring those plants up to your level, whatever your level is. Another way to get to the plant level is maybe in your garden you have a chair that brings you down to the plant's level but puts you in a comfortable position so that you aren't always bending. So those are two things. Just that level makes all the difference in the world. Whether you're reaching up for something, reaching down for something, that makes all the difference in the world, whether you're hunched over or not. So just getting the plants within arm's reach, however that works for you, is really, really important. So there are also lots of gadgets. So the girl who did the pole vaulting, what was really cool is that so she would run down the field with her pole and she would stick the pole in the ground and fly up and over. Well, how did she know where to put the pole in the ground? Well, part of it is timing. She knows how many steps. But the other thing that she does is she's got a little sound device that's right where she's supposed to stick that pole. And her ears are like sonar trained into that sound. And as she gets closer, she knows exactly where that pole is going to go to get her up and over. So there are gadgets in gardening that give you all the benefits without all of I should say they allow you to do things that you might not otherwise be able to do with your body. For instance, instead of bending over to do things, one of the things that we bend over to do quite a bit is transplanting. So with seeds, if you're seeding, you can just throw seeds you don't have to bend over to do that, just throw them. Don't even worry about bending over. But transplanting, that's something that we typically bend over to do, or we get low in order to do that. So there are actually gadgets that you can, it's almost like a plunger, and you load it up with the transplant and you plunge it down and the transplant goes in the ground, and you lift the gadget up and you move over and it's like a plunger. And so that is one idea for not having to bend over. So finding some sort of gadget that keeps you from bending over. And there are all kinds of those things available for not bending over if you still have garden beds that are low to the ground and you don't want to bend over much. Now keep in mind, the garden can also be a place of working out, right? Because we can, if we're having trouble doing something, on the one hand, you don't want to do something that puts excessive strain on your body. But on the other hand, if you are able to use the garden as a training place to make yourself stronger and get over whatever is going on in your body, that can be beneficial too. So for me, I'm going out in my garden, and right now my knee is not so hot, but basically what I'm doing is whenever I squat, instead of opening my knees and squatting with an external rotation, I'm squatting with my knees together and actually kind of internally rotating them to protect my knees. So there are ways that you can use the garden to reverse whatever is going on in your body as well. All right, so those are just some tips. And the last thing I want to leave you with is that, you know, there's varying degrees of what's going on with your body. And at the very far end of that is, let's say you are bedridden and gardening has been a big part of your life. I think it's really important to get plants around you. And that could mean a couple of grow lamps and some trays, and maybe you can put them on right across your lap, like whatever they use to bring your food onto your lap as a tray, that could be covered with plants that you could be tending and build in a little grow lamp. It might take somebody else a little bit of effort to set that up, but the benefits of having those plants around for you as a gardener is going to be extraordinary, and you're going to be so excited to have them around. So those are just some of the ideas I have. And for me, it's kind of like, what's the saying with motorcycles? It's like ride or die. For me, it's like garden or die. And I don't mean that in any negative way. Planes are going overhead, so hopefully you can hear me. But for me, there's no other choice. Gardening is a lifestyle. It's a part of my everyday. It's something I'm going to do no matter what, wherever I am. When I travel, I still find a way to garden. When I'm at home, I always find a way to garden. When my body is hurting, I still find a way to garden. And oftentimes my garden is my place that I go to work out as well, and to make me feel alive and vital and healthy. So I hope that helps somebody out there today. I'm nursing my knee, and I know that other people are nursing things that are so much different than just a knee. So I hope that this video helps somebody, and in the comments below, please post any challenges you're having, and anybody that has some advice, please post that as well. All right, take care, you guys. Bye.